SBN, Sports Business Now. SBN is a division of Row 27, the digital sports marketing company, celebrating 5 years of creating TV spots, intro videos, and microsites for over 150 teams. See our work at row27.com. And by FanMaker, digital marketing tools for sports teams, featuring FanMaker Rewards, the most comprehensive and popular fan loyalty and reward system. Learn more about our apps at fanmaker.com. SBN Live.
Hey sports fans, and welcome to SBN Live episode 36, where sports marketing and technology meet. I'm joined today by the handsome Devils, known as the Row 27 co-founder Jason Cole. And to my right in the magical box, the director of marketing for the Minnesota Swarm, Matt McCormick. Welcome.
Clearly, handsome only refers to one of us.
Well, I would call myself the handsome one, but we all know that that's a lie. So
I think the spoils go to the man with the best beard, personally. So, Matt, that's definitely you.
That would be you. Best Beard Award.
Thank you. It's about time I won something.
It's about time you won something. Like I said, Matt is with the Minnesota Swarm, director of marketing there. If you guys haven't been, one of the best events in the entire state of Minnesota. Great things that they do over there. Matt, just give us a quick little update on the upcoming season here and when fans can expect to see the 2014 schedule come out.
Well, we're hopeful that we'll have a schedule here in the next week or so. It's always a little dicey when it's coming out. A lot of teams have some trouble getting good dates, so we've got to work around a lot of things. But we're hoping that in the next week or so, we'll have a schedule to release, and we're looking forward to having an extra home game this year, which will be great for our fans.
Yeah, it'll be great for everybody to get more lacrosse. Like I said, it's quite the ticket. Something you guys are doing that's pretty fun. This is throughout the NLL is the Junior NLL tournament, and I believe that starts tomorrow. Fill us in on that one, Matt.
Yeah, this is the first summer we've had a junior team playing, and what it is a kind of an elite box lacrosse team that we've got, I believe, about 20 kids participating. Most of them have come up through the ranks of our youth box league, where we have over 1,500 participants. So they've already been out to California and played in a tournament out there. They've played in a tournament in Colorado, and they're playing against some really solid competition teams and organizations that have had teams for multiple years, and it's even some Canadian teams where they've been playing since birth, basically. So it's really good that we've got Amy Caines coaching the team, and he's doing a fantastic job with it. So we're excited about it. We're excited next year to maybe add in a few more teams and really keep the growth of box lacrosse going here in Minnesota. Obviously, field or outdoor lacrosse is doing great, and we're just hoping that we can keep growing our box leagues over the next couple of years.
Well, let's hope that keeps going well. Speaking of things that maybe haven't gone that well but have turned around lately, a one-time tobacco tax has brought in money in the bank for the new Viking Stadium. Everybody knows that there's been some issues with the new electronic pull tabs and bingo games from the Minnesota state government trying to raise money for the Viking Stadium, but a one-time tax on tobacco brought in $30 million to pay for the state's first bond payment of the $975 million stadium. So all you got to do is tax smokers, I guess, and you're going to get a crap ton of money. Jason, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think it's kind of one thing that bothers me about it is it's referred to as a one-time tax, but it's never going to go away. It just is a tax that was added by the state government, and it's only going to go to the Vikings Stadium this time around, and then just blah. So yeah. I think you could have just done a straight cigarette tax in front of the whole damn thing, personally.
Yeah, I think you're right. They talk about the excess taxes or the sin taxes like that. You guys over at the Swarm don't have an issue with a beautiful stadium already. You've got the XL Energy Center. It's awesome. Matt, what are your thoughts on this and maybe some implications?
I think anytime you have something that large and complex, things are going to go wrong. So, the funding issues with the pull tabs and the bingo, you had to expect that something wouldn't go right. I think at the end of the day, though, it'll be great to get the stadium built. It'll be good for downtown Minneapolis. It'll be good for the state. It's important, I think, to have an NFL team around it. It just lends an extra bit of oomph to all of the other teams in the area. And then you'll probably see some growth too with maybe an MLS team coming in or other things coming into that stadium. So all in all, I think it'll be good. However they get the money. I mean, if they continue the cigarette tax, then that means fewer people are going to smoke. I say go for it.
There you go. Well, we'll see what happens. It'll be interesting as it moves farther along, and sooner or later we'll have to get Jason's political views on it, just from being the former D.C. guy and really diving into that. But we're going to move on to a little different football. The rock band Kiss is bringing an arena football team back to the LA area. They're going to be called the LA Kiss, and they will begin playing the Arena Football League next season. They're going to play in Anaheim at the Honda Center. And a little interesting fact here, all LA Kiss season ticket buyers are going to be invited to a free Kiss concert. It's going to take place at their venue as well. We've seen a lot of a lot of celebrities owning teams before. This one, they're even going to take the band's name. It's a pretty interesting marketing play, Jason.
Yeah, well, John Bon Jovi did the exact same thing with his Arena League team in Philadelphia, including a season ticket pass along with, or concert tickets along with a season ticket pass. And if you bought a better seat at the, what was his team, the Soul?
Yeah, the Soul.
The Soul, if you bought a better seat at the Soul game, you had a better seat at the concert. And that when you're talking about a ticket, it's probably $250, $300 for a season ticket at that point in time. Getting a good concert ticket to a Kiss show is like half your value. So it's a great way for them to go ahead and, I think, leverage their own assets in a very effective manner when you're a celebrity owner, when you're able to do things like that. It definitely is an innovative play, putting the name into the name of the team, and it probably helps the band out long term if the franchise is successful as much as it does the team.
Do you think, again, Jason, that with the Arena Football League, they were on the brink of self-implosion a few years ago and actually even took a little bit of a break?
Well, they did actually implode, Max. As a single entity, they filed bankruptcy and then reincorporated as a new entity because of with harder caps and player salaries. Because you saw some teams paying $200,000, $300,000 a player, and in all reality, that just isn't fundable at that level. It drove a lot of teams to be running into the red. In their single entity structure right now of hard salary caps, I think they're in a good place, especially as they get some of these celebrity owners in place to begin solidifying themselves.
That's you answered the question that I didn't even ask, so I appreciate that. Matt, what are your thoughts on this? I can tell just looking at you, you're a big Kiss fan, so you got to be excited about this one.
Well, back in the day, I'm not saying I wouldn't put the makeup on, but it was tough. I love this tie. I think it's a great connection. Arena games. You always have a lot of the hard rock playing. I wonder if they're going to limit the game presentation to only Kiss music, but that would be kind of fun for a night maybe. And plus, then you have all the Kiss Army out there, all the Kiss fans, and you got to think that this just opens up a whole new line of merchandise that the band fans are going to want to pick up. So I love it. I think it's a great tie-in. I think they're going to do well. I'm excited to see some of the fun things that they'll do. Those with Gene Simmons and was it Paul Stanley, all those guys. Mm-hmm. They're gonna I think really have a lot of fun with it.
I wonder what the most popular face paint is going to be for the fans as they're in the crowd. That's going to be the interesting part for me. You're going to see some great people at those events. Speaking of name changes, they were the Avengers back in the day, going to be the Kiss. Maria Sharapova had a little interesting thing in the news where she had planned to legally change her name to Maria Sugarpova. She has a brand known as Sugarpova, and right before the U.S. Open, she had come out with a story. It had been leaked that she was possibly looking to legally change her name to Sugarpova and really put some oomph behind that brand. She didn't end up going through with it. So, Jason, do you think there was actually a percentage of a chance that she was really going to change her name, or is this just a good marketing tactic to get the name out there?
Well, all she did was file paperwork to get state approval to change her name on the 1-year anniversary of her line, and look how much media coverage she has. I think it was brilliant, and I doubt she would ever change her name to Sugarpova. I mean, that just doesn't seem like that's the type of commitment right there that normally is not associated with candy.
Right. Well, I mean, we saw Meta World Peace, and he's obviously sane. So, yeah, we'll go to Matt now after that great transition. Matt, what are your thoughts on this? Any chance you're going to change your name anytime soon?
Well, I've thought about it. Just to have I'm thinking of it kind of like a stadium naming rights deal. I'm open to the highest bidder right now. I'll also rename my children if I need to. If it helps sell tickets or whatever, let's go for it. No, thank God this isn't going to happen. I mean, Chad Ochocinco and Meta World Peace and all those guys. It's silly. It's foolish. I think she would have done better if she changed the name of the candy, honestly, to her last name.
I'd agree with that completely.
You came up with some great topics today, by the way.
I appreciate it. Matt's a busy man getting phone calls.
I think I might auction off my middle name. I might do I'd happily be like Jason Toyota Cole.
Why not?
For the right price.
It's like you saw, what was it, the Dolphin Stadium for 1 year. They were the beer brand that Jimmy Buffett.
Landshark.
Yeah, Landshark for a year. I mean, just sell it for a year. Who cares? Whatever. It'd be really fun to answer the phone that way. I'm not even going to get into what the names could end up being. But now let's get back on.
That'd be a great charity auction.
Okay.
It really would be.
Matt, let's get something going on that for some Swarm players. That could be kind of fun.
Well, I'll do it. We'll sell anything, right?
Everything's got a price. All right, let's get into some technology. I don't even know how to transition this one. But teams are going high-tech at practice with GPS training trackers. So there's already 10 teams that have an advanced camera system in their arenas, which track literally every movement of the ball and players, giving them the team's big data, a wealth of images and numbers to sort through to find strengths, weaknesses, and ways to improve. Now, 8 teams are trying to bring something similar to practices. These teams are attaching an old-school pager-sized electronic device called Optimi from an Australian company to the backs of players' jerseys that will track every movement they make, every single cut, jump, sprint, whatever it might be, then gives the team a report on how fast, how far, and where the player's heart rate was during the workout. I think it's a great idea. The one thing that blows my mind is it still has to be pager-sized. In this world of technology that we have, it can't be the size of a penny or a dime. Matt, quickly, what are your thoughts on this one?
I think from a physical therapy or rehab standpoint, it's great. I question the NBA using this in practices. I mean, we see how hard these guys tend to work during games. I wonder what they're like during practice. Maybe during the last quarter of practice, it gets some work. But you're right though about the size. I'm sure we're only a short time away from, at the beginning of the season, the guy swallowing a little pill, and that just takes care of them for the whole season. They track everything they do on and off the court. It's only a matter of time, right?
I think you're right on. I mean, we've already got RFID chips and jerseys down in Tampa Bay, so I don't see why they can't do this here and get the same data.
Yeah, and you guys are spot on. There's the amount of biomedical tracking from either swallowed devices or devices that are under experimentation to insert just under the skin and have it constantly track your insulin levels are there. The applications in sports are probably should be scratched a little bit more by those research teams, because God knows the amount of money's there. I mean, if you're able to go ahead and do that to an at-risk athlete in the NFL, is he going to be worth his $5 million contract if you get an alert if his BAC level goes above 0.02? Mm-hmm. And would he go ahead and sign an agreement with you for an extra $1 million? Probably.
Yeah, and then when it gets over that certain level, you just automatically send a cab out to pick him up.
Yeah, there's a lot of. I think, Matt, you might have been partially joking, but I think we'll be there inside of 10 years, where that's just sort of standard.
I agree. I think it's definitely something that's going to happen. It's only a matter of time.
But it would be interesting with with those chips if they get to that level, just to put them on a swarm player, put them on a soccer guy to see how much they actually. I know that you can get the tracking of how far they've run and everything, but to actually get the what their heart rate was and just kind of see some infographics on it after a game, it could be pretty interesting and not only help in training but just be
also help when you need to pull a guy out of the game for a rest, especially in a sport like basketball.
Yep. But like Matt said, I liked your point about practice because we're talking about practice.
God.
We're talking about practice.
AI.
AI, and he's about to retire. All right, so the social media front, the U.S. Open, which will start later this month, is unveiling a 50-foot social media wall. It's going to run from August 26th to September 9th in New York. The 50 feet by 8 feet tall social media wall adjacent to the Louis Armstrong Stadium that will display social media commentary from fans, players, and whomever in real time throughout the tournament. So, I mean, you can always get the updates via your phone or whatever, but this is going to provide people in a gigantic screen as they're waiting to go into a game, or if they just kind of want to hang out and see what's going on, a way to follow everything that is the U.S. Open. Pretty cool idea. Matt, what are your thoughts?
I like that they're trying to capitalize on social media, but at the same time getting people that are right there to look up from their phones. It's something that kills me every time I see it, where you've got great things going on and you look at the stands or you look at the lines and people are just buried in their iPhone. And so I think trying to capitalize on social media, get that, but also getting people to actually be social with those around them. It's high time that people start breaking out of the head down model.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I see that all the time. People's faces are buried in their phones. Jason, comments?
I just can't wait to have my geeky Google glasses, so it's just right here.
Yeah, you got your 50-foot screen. I got a pair of geeky glasses. What are you going to do? Says Jason. Has to one-up everybody. Well, in the that just happened moment of the week, Tiger Woods pulls out of a Pro-Am tournament, of all things, due to a soft bed. I myself enjoy a soft bed, but for some reason it threw Tiger's game completely out of whack, and he has to pull out of a tournament. Matt, you brought up a little quirk that happened right after this before we went on air, and what's that?
Yeah, I saw a tweet that Sleepy's Mattresses has offered Tiger a free mattress now, so he won't have to suffer through this great pain anymore. And that I applaud them for that. Going that extra mile to help out Tiger Woods. Clearly, the guy needs it. Honestly, I don't know how he got through the early childhood, the early parenthood stage. I slept in all types of positions with kids, sitting in chairs, standing up, on hard floors, with an arm up over a crib. I don't know how he did it. It's amazing that he was able to keep playing at such a great level. He's clearly a trooper and a warrior, and I think it's just special.
Well, with everything he's been through, he is the proper guy to get a mattress endorsement.
I wasn't going to go there.
I had to. I just had to do it. Jason, any final comments before we sign off and I probably get kicked off of the web?
Just irony that, it was too soft.
With that being said, make sure to check out mnswarm.com. Schedule will be released soon. Tickets are on sale now. I want to thank all of you for watching. Joined today once again by Jason Cole and Matt McCormick. Check us out on Twitter at SBNow, online at sportsbusinessnow.com, and tune in next Thursday, 4 p.m. Eastern, with an all-new edition of SBN Live. Take care.
SBN, Sports Business Now.